coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
It's been 3 weeks since Columbia Public Elementary Schools went back to in-seat classes. And today, the district's COVID tracker is showing its highest number since. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emily Spain. Thanks for joining us tonight. The school board is set to meet tomorrow to discuss the future for middle and high school students. We'll have a preview of that meeting in just a moment. But first, let's take a look now at that tracker. Today, it hit 81 cases per 10,000 people. That number is more than 40 points higher, or double, compared to when elementary students returned to in-person learning about 3 weeks ago. It's also the highest number since mid-September. The board has said previously if it goes above 50, they would consider returning all students to virtual learning. When it comes to cases within the district, there are 27 CPS students who are COVID-19 positive right now. 14 are elementary students, and another 349 elementary students are in quarantine right now, and 91 middle and high school students are in quarantine. Right now, a third of the elementary schools have moved back online. Tomorrow, the Columbia Public School Board will meet to discuss possibly bringing back middle and high school students to in-person classes. At the meeting, Superintendent Peter Stiepelman is expected to recommend the board bring back students 4 days a week. Under the plan, middle school students would be brought back on November 30th, followed by high school students on December 7th. One CPS teacher told KOMU 8 on Thursday that she's concerned bringing back more students could affect staffing in the district.
Is if we're already having staffing issues and we can't fill sub positions and we have to shut down elementary buildings, what's going to happen then when we have a positive case at a middle school where a teacher or a student tests positive and that teacher or student has been in multiple classrooms, in multiple settings with multiple people, and now all of these people have to quarantine?
Boone County reported 123 new cases today. This marks the 5th day in a row the county has reported new cases, reaching into the triple digits. Currently, there are more than 1,000 active cases in the county. The county is also reporting 123 COVID-19 patients are in Boone County hospitals, 36 in the ICU. Across the state in Missouri, they reported more than 4,000 new COVID-19 cases today. Since the pandemic started, the state has reported more than 200,000 positive cases. 3 deaths have been reported today, bringing the death total to more than 3,000. Across the country, the U.S. has surpassed a grim milestone. An NBC count shows the U.S. reported more than 67,000 new cases today, bringing the total number of cases past 10 million. Texas has the most cases in the country, with more than 1 million confirmed cases, followed by California. Meanwhile, the world passed 50 million cases of COVID-19 this morning, and as we just mentioned, about 20% of those cases are here in the U.S. More than 1.2 million people around the world have died from the virus.
Emily, it's November 8th. It's 10:30 at night, and it's temperatures in the 60s. We are at 66 in Columbia, 68 in Jefferson City. A lot of folks maybe even leaving their windows open all night long because of how warm it is. Our temperatures tonight, by the way, only cooling into the lower 60s for some of us. Otherwise, some of us maybe only even in the middle 60s by sunrise, but around 62, which, by the way, the record warmest low temperature we've had for November 9th is 60 degrees. So I am expecting us to break that record and have the warmest night, the warmest low temperature on record for our November 9th. 78 degrees, that's my forecast for tomorrow. Depending on cloud cover, that could inhibit us a little bit. But 78 is also the record from 1999 as well. Otherwise, when we look ahead, we are at 78 degrees here tomorrow again, and then 70 on Tuesday with some showers and thunderstorms there. Then we're at 57 on Wednesday for Veterans Day. A lot to talk about. I'll be tracking these showers and thunderstorms hour by hour coming up, Emily.
Okay, thanks, Kenton. President-elect Joe Biden is planning to officially launch his transition into office tomorrow. Today, the transition team launched a new website to detail the president-elect's priorities for the transition, including COVID-19. Last night, in his victory speech, Biden said he would start working on getting the virus under control.
Our work begins with getting COVID under control. We cannot repair the economy, restore our vitality, or relish life's most precious moments hugging our grandchildren, our children, our birthdays, weddings, graduations, all the moments that matter most to us until we get it under control.
Biden is expected to unveil his coronavirus task force tomorrow, naming scientists and experts to help come up with a COVID-19 plan. Other priorities listed on Biden's transition website include economic recovery, climate change, and racial equity. Biden also says he wants to bring the country back together.
We have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They are Americans. The Bible tells us to everything there is a season, a time to build, a time to reap, and a time to sow, and a time to heal.
While Biden is making plans for his transition into office, President Trump still has not conceded the race. President Trump spent most of the day golfing at his club in Sterling, Virginia. Trump campaign officials say lawyers will begin a series of lawsuits tomorrow, even raising money for a task force for those lawsuits. Some reports say senior advisor Jared Kushner and First Lady Melania Trump have approached the president about conceding the election, but campaign officials deny those claims. Back here in mid-Missouri, a new group in Jefferson City is working to fill an affordable housing gap. The group Transformational Housing is refurbishing a house on Cherry Street to provide 5 apartments for people to get on their feet. The May 2019 tornado damaged or destroyed 150 homes in the city, and 70% of those were rental properties. Organizations like Habitat for Humanity help people ready to buy a home, but the new group hopes to fill the gap for people without any current address in their name.
Well, there's a huge need for affordable housing, and this is not going to meet the whole need. But this is one place to start, and we'd hope maybe as the years go by, this can encourage other groups to help out with housing for people in rental situations.
The $350,000 project is expected to be completed in spring 2022.
My first reaction was,
Jake, we finally did it.
Ahead for us in our Target 8 follow-up, the significance to one family of a newly elected coroner in Howard County.
Can you see the difference on the way? Until then, we're going to be very warm, but there is a strong cold front on the way with colder temperatures on the other side of it. I'll track that, and it's showers and thunderstorms hour by hour coming up.
We salute veterans and offer thanks for our freedoms. In honor of Veterans Day, all veterans and active duty military members get 15% off Wednesday, November 11th, only at Hy-Vee.
My name is Emily, and I was injured by a careless driver. We had so many medical bills: ambulance, emergency room, physical therapy. I decided to call Aaron Sachs and Associates. They took care of me and my family in a time of need.
If you've been hurt, call Aaron Sachs and Associates. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
It made me feel that my decision to call Aaron Sachs and Associates for help was probably the best decision I ever made.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have, and now they do. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Menards has what you need out in the garage. Store tools and equipment in Masterforce tool chests and cabinets. Manufactured to the highest standards, these storage options are built to last. All Masterforce cabinets are 11% off. Once your garage is organized, get what you need to keep your car running smoothly. Shell Clean Engine Motor Oil provides value and performance in a trusted brand. Only $177 per quart after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
If you're thinking about replacing your roof, make sure the company you choose is going to be here tomorrow. Whether you have damage from the recent storms or would just like a free assessment of your roof's condition, it's time to call the proven local choice in home improvement. Premier Property will give you a free, no-obligation inspection and estimate within 24 to 48 hours. Be cautious about your roofer. You don't want a fly-by-night company. Pick someone that has served the area for years. Premier Property Services, the premier choice in home improvement.
In honor of those who have served, let us serve you this Veterans Day. All veterans and active duty military members get a free breakfast on Veterans Day with no contact curbside pickup, only at Hy-Vee.
Never be surprised by the weather. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by Central Bank of Boone County.
Continue to tell you the story of the Minor family and a Target 8 investigation follow-up. Jay Minor shared the story of his son's flawed autopsy report to help pass a state bill this summer that standardized coroner training. Now, after Election Day, they're feeling relief at the local level. This comes after voters elected a new coroner. KOMU 8's Avery Everett spoke to both candidates and the Minor family about this election. Avery?
Emily, come January 1st, a new face will take over the coroner's seat. Tricia Clark. For the past 32 years, Howard County hasn't seen change in the coroner's office. But on Election Day, they voted in favor of it.
Frank Flashpuller is counting down his days left as the Howard County coroner.
Satisfied that I got to spend 32 years serving Howard County and stuck with what I believe.
Voters decided it was time for someone new. The AP called the county coroner's race in favor of opponent Tricia Clark. Flashpuller says he's taking the loss as a sign to spend more time with his family.
When they were calling the results, all four of my children were there. My brother and sister were there. All my grandkids were there. They were all there with me, and I could see them playing and happy and just ready to spend time with them.
But Clark says she's ready to step up to the plate.
I have a feeling it's going to be hitting the ground running.
Clark is a Howard County native who says she's ready to bring change.
I want to bring family back into the job. I want people to look at me as a family member when I come into their home.
And to Jay Minor, she is family.
In her hands, no family will ever go through this again.
Target 8 has followed the Minor family's story since 2018. When Jake Minor died, his family says the coroners left them with more questions than answers. The Minor family pushed this summer for reform at the state level, but they say the election results now bring relief at the local level.
Jake's favorite saying was, "Larry the Cable Guy, get her done." So we got her done.
The Minor family says they will continue to back Clark as she takes office January 1st.
And Clark told me when she transitions into the coroner's seat, she will also take on Flashpuller's unresolved court matters while he was in the coroner's seat. In the newsroom, Avery Everett, KOMU 8 News.
This is a look at Tropical Storm Ada. It's making landfall in the Keys of Florida right now. It is the 12th landfalling storm this season. The previous record was only 9 back in 1960, and the records continue. Tracking this coming up.
Also coming up, it came down to the very last play, but the Chiefs win again. Highlights and reaction from the Chiefs' win over the Panthers coming up on Sports Extra.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. It's our thing. So we're giving you incredible deals on the Built Ford Top F-150 and Ford Ranger. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Ford, built for the holidays. Now get $11,745 in total savings on Ford F-150, plus $1,000 trade assist on top of what your eligible trade is worth.
Challenges have a way of providing clarity. They show us what's most important, give us strength. Challenges turn us into problem solvers. When we can't sit face to face, we still meet face to face. And when it's not business as usual, we still take care of business. Challenges connect us to one another. They give us the will to help and the courage to take action. Whatever your challenge, we're here.
Get continuous coverage 24/7 on Twitter and Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at KOMU News and on Facebook.com/KOMU8.
Start your career with the hands-on education at State Tech. Hands that fix. Hands that heal. Hands that build. Find out firsthand why State Tech is ranked the best college in the country. From the classroom to your career, we are the employer's choice. We are State Tech.
You've trusted Extreme Body and Paint for over 15 years to make your vehicle shine like new. Now Extreme is supersizing. We've made room for big truck collision work, semi-trucks, dump trucks, as big as they come. Extreme has added 20,000 square feet of workspace to get your commercial truck fixed and back on the road. Supersize, any size. Take your vehicle to the extreme.
We make it shine like new. Extreme Body and Paint.
For anyone who's been waiting for a reason to get breakfast, hey, look, this reason is covered in cream cheese icing. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app for your phone and tablet. Watch Dr. Phil, weekdays at 3 on KOMU8. The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by Harper Evans Wade and Nettemeyer. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, visit lawmissouri.com.
Tropical storm Eta swept across Cuba today, causing flooding in streets and homes. It forced as many as 25,000 people to evacuate. The storm hit the island with sustained winds as high as 60 miles an hour, knocking down trees and causing some power outages. There were no deaths reported in the country. Eta has already left several people dead and more than 100 missing in Mexico and Central America. And Eta isn't done. Across Florida, people are preparing for the storm's impact there. In Miami-Dade County, residents have been lying sandbags to prepare for potential flooding. The mayor of Miami today said regional COVID-19 testing sites will be closed until further notice. And city offices, parks, marinas, and schools will be closed at the beginning of the week. Residents say they want to be prepared for this storm.
Yeah, last rain, big rain we had, my carport flooded. Been here 35 years in the house and it never flooded before. My backyard was a big pond, so this is to shore that up.
And Kenton, you started following this storm a week ago, so how is it still holding on?
Emily, it is really holding on. And again, we kind of knew this was going to be happening. I mentioned last week, next Tuesday, we're still going to be talking about it. We were talking about this before Election Day. That's kind of where I'm going to keep referencing to Eta because it started to make landfall before Election Day. And so when we look at the track of this, I can actually show you where it's been going, Emily. And so it's right here. It started down here in the Atlantic Ocean, and then it continued through, and then eventually it made landfall here in Nicaragua, and then it continued up into Honduras. And then it continued and it went right over here towards the Caribbean and into areas near Cuba. Then, of course, it's right here near the Florida Keys, and it has now officially made landfall in the United States along the Keys, in the Keys, and that does count as a landfall. And so this is now the 12th landfalling storm in this season. And remember, the previous record was 9 back in 1916. So we are crushing that record. We're also going to continue these records because there's a good chance that we do have the 29th named storm within this next week. There's another one out in the Atlantic Ocean that we're expecting to form up. So the 29th named storm, we've never had that many. We've only ever had 28 one other time back in 2005. And number 28 is this one that won't go away. It's also expected to become a Category 1 hurricane on Tuesday morning and then make a sharp turn up towards the north into the Gulf of Mexico further. And then as that continues on, it will eventually make landfall. So even if it didn't make landfall in the Florida Keys, it's still going to make landfall later on because it's expected to make landfall here later this week, Thursday into Friday in Florida. Again, almost anywhere in Florida it can still go. It depends on how quick of a turn this takes. But this is expected to be a tropical storm, weaken a bit more as it gets into some cooler waters closer to Florida and eventually make landfall there. Some parts of southern Florida, by the way, could see about 6 to 10 inches of rainfall, a huge flooding issue there. Also looking at anywhere from about 2 to 4 feet of storm surge coming inland here. And that's, again, right along where you see all these colors basically, is where you could see anywhere from 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. Again, a lot of these areas are already in difficult times when we get to high tide because with the ocean actually rising now, right, because of our global warming, because of climate change. Actually, during high tide, there are parts of Miami that are flooding more often than not now. And there's also some other towns there that they actually are calling themselves an Underwater Homeowners Association, because when there's high tide, they are seeing more flooding there, and they know that's just going to continue. Also, more seasons like this are also likely to continue too, as we continue to see our global temperatures rise, and that really gives us warmer water later into the season as well. And hurricanes and tropical storms love warm water. It's what fuels them, and they're going to have more fuel in the coming years. So not every season will be like this, but we're going to see more of them, that is for sure. Otherwise, again, you can see right where this is, and if you're wondering why is it going to take such a steep turn off towards the east, it's because of this cold front. That's going to be our main story this week. But that cold front's actually going to run into this system and push it back into Florida. You can see it's pretty strong. Certainly a big temperature difference on the other side of it. It's moving through our area on Tuesday. Temperatures will be around 70 for our high, and then it's quickly going to drop down, and we're going to be in the 50s for our high temperatures the rest of this week. It's not below average, though, conditions. We're just going to get back down to seasonal, if not even slightly above average temperatures. Tomorrow, though, again, a good chance we're going to break some records with our hottest November 9th that we've ever had on record in about 130 years of records. When we go ahead and look then at our Monday, we're going to have some cloud cover there that could actually limit that high temperature of 78 degrees if we see strong cloud cover. But a wind from the south will still get us very close to it, a gust around 30 miles per hour. Here's Tuesday. As we head towards 9 a.m., the rain is knocking on the door. Here's noon. And then eventually, as the day goes along, showers, even some thunderstorms, non-severe, but some thunderstorms with some heavy downpours is what we're looking at there throughout our midday and early afternoon on Tuesday. By the evening, though, that colder temperature is certainly going to be here. Overnight tonight, our low temperature, very warm, and by very warm, I mean record-breakingly warm, 62. The previous warmest low temperature was 60 degrees in 1931. 78 then tomorrow. If we get there, we would tie 1999's record for the hottest November 9th. We're at 70 on Tuesday, but likely much colder by the end of the day, even by sunset in the 50s and 40s. 57 on Wednesday for Veterans Day. A lot of sunshine there. Our next chance for rain is on Saturday, and then we're back up to 60, which is even slightly above average, but will be much cooler than we have been. Emily.
Okay, thanks, Kenton. Today, Jeopardy fans gathered at Alex Trebek's Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame to celebrate the life of the beloved game show host. Visitors brought flowers and photos to place on the star. Jeopardy announced Trebek died peacefully at home this morning, surrounded by family and friends. Fans reminisced about growing up watching the show and memories of playing along at home.
I felt like I knew Alex because I've watched him since I was their age. I felt like I learned my lack of knowledge from watching Jeopardy and yelling the wrong answers at the TV all the time. But I almost felt like if I got the right answer and he looked into the camera, I almost felt like he was looking at me. That was the charisma that he had on TV.
A staple of childhood for so many. Trebek announced he had stage 4 pancreatic cancer last year. He hosted Jeopardy for nearly 37 years and set a Guinness World Record in 2014 for the most game shows episodes hosted by the same person. Trebek was 80 years old. And following the news of his passing, people dedicated social media posts to the famous host. The Broadway Diner here in Columbia shared this picture of Alex Trebek visiting the diner back in the early 90s. In the post, they described him as, quote, a very gracious man. Ahead for us in tonight's Local Lookout, a Mid-Missouri hero who has helped families in need for 30 years, now on the receiving end, how the community is helping her. But first, here are your lottery numbers. Good luck.
Coming up Monday on KOMU8 News Today.
Columbia Public Schools Board of Education is meeting on Monday.
It comes as the district has now passed a metric for in-person learning. We're breaking down how the city's record COVID-19 cases are affecting the school district.
And it's a new week ahead. I'll have a look at your upcoming weekday forecast.
15 minutes of commercial-free nonstop news, only on KOMU8 News Today. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome to Macadoodles.
Macadoodles does celebrations like nobody else. You'll love Macadoodles with the biggest selection of wine, craft beer, and spirits, all at unbeatable prices. And nobody does convenience like Macadoodles. We can deliver to your home, the party, or the big game. And all purchases can get iced down for free. Who creates the best celebrations? Macadoodles does.
There's no one left to save. Everybody's gone.
I guess Chuck didn't get everything.
You found a dog?
Now relax, I'm not giving him a shotgun.
There's something out there besides us.
It's in there?
I have no idea what we're walking into.
Aren't you tired of being tired? Shop Denver Mattress today and get all the Z's you need. And during the Veterans Day sale, check out the budget-friendly Summit Firm. Easy on the wallet for only $189.99. Shop our Doctor's Choice Original lineup starting at only $569.99. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and hello to a better night's sleep. Only at Denver Mattress.
KOMU8 cares about interesting educational programs and invests in quality children's programming. If you'd like information on KOMU8's children's programs, go to KOMU.com or contact Children's Programming Liaison Matt Garrett.
Always ready, always there. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Count on the KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app to keep you ahead of weather changes in mid-Missouri. Swipe up for interactive radar, forecasts, weather alerts, live video, and traffic. Download the free KOMU8 Weather and Traffic app for coverage you can count on.
A Callaway County woman known for her compassion toward others found herself on the receiving end this weekend. And this local lookout, KOMU8's Matt McCabe, tells us why the community stepped up to help.
You could say Sylvia Sprinkle wrote the book on giving.
I'm used to going on Facebook and asking stuff for other people.
After all, she has been the source of help in Callaway County for years through her organization, Kids in Crisis.
I'm just not... It took a lot of pride to just get on there and just bare myself.
That's why it was so touching when the community built a ramp for her brother and 3 grandchildren who all have disabilities.
But with my brother, he's 300 pounds. There's just no way one person can get him in and out of the house without a ramp.
Sprinkle's brother is a U.S. Navy veteran and a double amputee.
It was going to take time. Well, he needed help now, and the community really has stepped up. And it means the world to me that they did.
The community donated all the materials and labor. Pat Roker, a veterans and disability rights advocate, also donated a chairlift for Sprinkle's brother.
When I think doing those kinds of things feeds our soul.
Sprinkle says the gesture brought her joy during a tough year.
It's the little things that are going to help so much to get us all through the country being so divided right now.
Sprinkle and Roker say change is needed for veterans and children with disabilities.
Because everybody needs an opportunity to move forward in life.
Matt McCabe, KOMU8 News, Callaway County.
Veterans Day is this Wednesday. Roker says it's important for veterans to ask for help, and places like the local VFW or the VA are a good place to start. Sprinkle says for children with disabilities, it's important they have the accommodations they need as early as possible. Coming up, how many boys did one couple have before having a baby girl? That answer next. Also coming up on Sports Extra, the challenges local softball standouts are facing as they try to get recruited during the pandemic. And how about a live look over downtown Columbia on your Sunday evening, 10:55. We'll be right back.
Sometimes we take things for granted, but it truly is the little things in life that make a big difference and give us our best memories. At Millard Family Chapels, we honor and celebrate those cherished memories, no matter how small, because we know it's those special moments that mean the most to the families we serve.
At Millard Family Chapels, we believe that every day is a gift, and so is every life.
Take time to enjoy it.
Hello. Oh. I wish to inquire about your free phone deal. Is there anything hidden I should be aware of?
No, sir.
No hidden plan requirements?
You choose your plan.
No hidden phone trade-ins?
Keep your phone.
No hidden activation fees or other trickery where video recorded evidence would be beneficial?
None.
Interesting.
Lovely scarf.
What camera?
Get the latest phones free with no hidden requirements. U.S. Cellular. Upgrade to Fair.
What do you really want for your home? At Lifestyles Furniture, we believe that home feels best when it truly reflects you. Our designers ask the questions that help you choose from our quality American-made pieces. Then we customize to get the perfect fit for your life and style, creating the home you'll enjoy for many tomorrows. Come in today to see what's you.
Your life, your home, your style. Lifestyles Furniture.
Time to start it up, America. You've got a lot of joy to make. And we're kicking off the Ford Built for the Holidays sales event because you've got turkeys to fry and thanks to give. It's our thing. So we're giving you incredible deals on the Built Ford Tough F-150 and Ford Ranger. That'll make a lot of joy this season. Ford, built for the holidays. Now get $11,745 in total savings on Ford F-150, plus $1,000 trade assist on top of what your eligible trade is worth.
We've made a lot of breakfasts, and along the way, we noticed something was missing. A warm cinnamon roll for breakfast, or with breakfast. A fluffy blueberry muffin from the drive-thru you're already driving through. A glazed apple fritter, which might find its way into your coffee. These are options every breakfast haver should have, and now they do. Meet the new bakery sweets at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back. Take another look at our day tomorrow. Again, we're starting off in the lower 60s, warming to 78. Remember, a cloud cover could change this a little bit, but a southerly wind gusting to 30 miles per hour is still going to get us pretty close to that. Again, the record low for warm temperature is 60. I think we're going to beat that. You can see I'm not getting down to 60 throughout that entire 24-hour period. And then as we head into our afternoon, 78 is the record also from 1999. We're looking at 70 degrees on Tuesday with some showers and thunderstorms that are going to come by. And then once that's out, we're going to be sunny the rest of this week. High temperatures around the upper 50s. And then we're around 60 for the weekend with more rain on Saturday.
Well, after 14 children, a Michigan couple thought they knew what to expect when their 15th baby was born. But this one shocked them both. That's because after 14 boys, the couple had a girl. They said they were not prepared for a girl, but are excited for what's to come. I think they're used to dealing with boys. 14 boys. Ben and I both have one child. We both have a daughter.
And it's stopping there for us, at least. We're near 15.
I can't imagine 15 kids.
How about you're in that groove, and now all of a sudden, no hand-me-downs. Got to go buy a bunch of clothes.
Right.
How about from the kids' perspective, though, too? Because as a guy I have 3 older sisters, I can't imagine being a girl with 14 older brothers, so that's just crazy.
She's got a lot of guys to protect her, that's for sure.
I feel sorry for the fellow that get brought home for Thanksgiving one of these days. It's going to be quite the job interview. All right, let's move on to Sports Extra, shall we? Plenty to get to over the next half hour. The Chiefs, man, it came down